I'm working on my room box, and originally I wanted the room box to be cozy Christmas scene with my little doll family, which I have yet to choose or decide whether or not I'm gonna make. I don't know yet. And I had looked for wallpaper or paper, like scrapbooking paper, at Michael's, and apparently they don't sell it anymore. So I had this Flow book for paper lovers. It's quite thick, and if you've never seen Flow, it's a great magazine, and this book is chock-a-block full of all different kinds of pattern papers and stickers and tags and all kinds of stuff. So I picked out some that looked wallpapery to me, and they didn't fit, and then I decided on this pattern here, and I thought the fireplace maybe would go there, and that would be fine. And I have another of this across the top, and then I had white ceilings. This is all just me thinking. I've got it all held in place with washi tape right now, and I was looking at this and I was like, what am I gonna do on the floor? Floors, I thought maybe I could just even leave it, and then I thought, no, that looks like crap. And so I went online, as one does, and Googled flooring in Georgian England, and it turns out that they would have been wood, but they could have been painted and stenciled. And then I looked at rugs, and then this suddenly wasn't as crazy as I originally thought. But now I'm departing from my original vision, and I only have one piece of this, and it's not going to fit. But I have to show you something. Look at this. That was the original wallpaper. That's Jane Austen's room at Chawton. And they found that wallpaper under the whatever was on there. And I mean, that's not that different, really. But it's just, I don't have enough of it. I didn't want to paint this box because I thought maybe I might want to use it for something else. All right, so this is what it looks like. It's very dirty. I could probably sand it and make it look a little bit less terrible. Hello? Hello? Are you coming to say hello to the people? Are you coming to say hello to the people? Yes, you're a good boy. You like Sunny Cat? Yeah, okay. You gonna lay on that paper right there? Is that why you came? Because there's a rectangle on the floor and you must now lie on it? All right, I may need to unpack my printer and print out better stuff. I think, oh, wait a minute. I have this wood that I peeled off of the back of my soon-to-be Georgian cabinet. I mean, you know, I could put this on the floor for now. It's a little cleaner. And then I can paper the walls. Great, good idea. Glad we had this little chat. Thanks. I had a sleep, and I decided that I do like this for the floor for now. I have a professional printer that I use to make my art prints, which you can see on my website, and I'm going to use that to print out some wallpaper. So what I did last night was I Googled historical Georgian wallpaper. Let me get my iPad and show you. So I Googled Georgian wallpaper 19th century and came up with quite a few things, but the best thing was a link to Jane Austen's world. Well, it came up and I went there and it led me on a path to this book, which is Ackerman's repository. Someone has taken some needlework patterns from Ackerman's repository and uploaded them as a Kindle book. It's free. You can download it. And it's in the public domain. Ackerman's repository was like a ladies' magazine in Jane Austen's time. And I think it was this one, or maybe this one actually. And I looked at that and I thought, these are needlework designs, but I thought the needlework designs might possibly represent just the motifs that were interesting at that time period. So I imported a photo, a screenshot of that into my iPad, into Procreate. The Procreate app is how I make my art. And I made a repeat pattern. Now, at the moment, it's not repeating properly because it was basically 1 a.m. and I needed to go to sleep. So I'm gonna sit down and clean this up and print it out, and that's what I'm gonna use in my room box. It's kind of a gold color. It's coming off a little more green on the screen, but I'm really gonna like it, and I can make it fit the whole box. Not sure I recorded any of that. So I've added some highlights and some shadows to this in Photoshop. If I turn off the layer, you can see, right? So the first one is gonna look like this. The second one's gonna look like this. And here it comes out of the printer. Okay, what I have done now is cut my wallpaper in half here. I'm going to, and then this is going to overlap underneath that. Oh, Lord, this is not easy. I really think that I'm going to have to get myself a better work table. This little surface was fine when I was just teaching jewelry making and Christmas spider and all that, which, promo alert, you can take on Skillshare. And if they still do the free trial, which they usually do, you can probably take all my classes on there for nothing. What we're going to do, let's look at some of these decorative. Could they be a weird stripey pattern? What about that? Up there. I don't hate that, to be honest. It's going to be so high up. What if I make that the ceiling too? This way? Yeah, it's this way. All right. There it is. The beginnings of my room box. We went to the dollar store to try to find, honestly, I was trying to find miniature garland, like greenery garlands, and I couldn't find any. But I did find some things that I can use in the room box. And then we went to another store that starts with Wall and ends with Mart, and they had these little boxes for 98 cents. And I thought that could be, I could take this off and paint this and have this be my fireplace. I want this to be kind of an old house with a big, big fireplace because I want to do a Yule log. Rather than use acrylic paint, I picked up these furniture and wood floor scratch repair markers, and I did a little test stick here. and I wrote what each one is. And then I held it up in the room box, and I feel like the cherry color or the oak goes with the box and the floor. So let's put this over and let's get a window started. And the way I'm going to build this window is I'm just going to glue it right to the scene. And so what I would do is I would decide what looks the nicest out the window. And I was thinking something like this. I may just use this same scene for both windows because this. What I've done here is I've just cut out a little piece at the bottom to cover up the horse, and then I painted out the horse with some gesso. All right, I'm going to hot glue my windows onto their places and let them dry, and then I'll cut them out and glue them into the room box. Now, color it. See if I can get that in there, and I can. And then I will decide later whether I want to cut off that other piece or whether I want to just put curtains over it. Okay? So now I think I can start to cut these out. Awesome. See, I can still use that. All right, let's look at it. There it is. I gotta clean up some of that glue, but all in all, I'm pretty happy with that. Here's what the floor looks like. Gotta come up with some kind of rug. Then I will figure out how I am going to do this fireplace and decide about the windows. I think the fireplace would have been on an interior wall because whatever was on the other side of it might have also shared a chimney. And so I think that my windows are gonna go, they're not gonna go here, they're gonna go on the side. Even though they might aesthetically look better, I think that's where furniture and stuff will go. All right, the windows are in. They might be too high, but it's okay. My camera was not recording. Here is my assembled fireplace. Now all I need to do is paint the front.